Why is it so difficult to make a great movie?
There's just so many moving parts to make a great movie. I mean, and you look at films like Apocalypse Now, Godfather, the the real great movies, Forrest Gump, and you there's so many moving parts, and so many people have to believe in the project, um, from the financiers to the actors to the distributors to the um, people that are making the adjustments on the script and things of that sort. There is a there is a you know um, you really have to uh, get lucky, frankly. Let's be real on having all those things to come together, because it's not just the money. It's not just the money. It's and it's not just the big actor. It's got to be the whole thing. I look at films like that, like Forrest Gump, and that's just a truly brilliant piece. Um, Expansive and meaningful. It makes you cry, it makes you laugh, and it means something. And then you look at films like Godfather series, Apocalypse Now, all those truly great films, Taxi Driver, um, and I think that it's just you got to get lucky in so many ways, and it's just timing, and you just do your best. You're trying to make a great film every time. You're trying to, no matter how small. You're trying to do. That's the beauty of it, right? Everybody's trying to make a great film, the greatest film. Everyone doesn't come out to be the greatest film, but we're all trying, and some of them get there, and some of them don't. So, you when you hit that lucky stride of creativity and the right amount of resources and money and the right amount of talent behind everything, and then just the right synergy and energy, then it turns into something magic. But at the end of the day, it has to start with the story, and you have to have the story in a way that people can get behind it and give it the chance to be that greatness. So it's just got a lot of different uh, ways to skin that cat, but very few cats get skinned in that way. So that's why they're so special when we see them. And that's why we watch them 1,000 times. That's why they get all the love and adoration that they do.
Well, if we watch, is it Hearts of Darkness or Heart of
Yes.
Darkness? So we see that Coppola did not, luck was not really on his side for much of the film, even though it turned out incredible. So he had many things.
Well, I mean, Harvey Keitel was the actor, and they fired him. Martin Sheen had a heart attack. They ran out of money several times. Marlon Brando wasn't being cooperative. I mean, people. It was a huge mess.
There were government issues that they had to
Right, and they
move
have a
on.
whole. If you see the Redux, there's a whole section of the film wasn't even there, but there was a thread in that film that is the same thread as on the river that said that pulled the boat up the river to the end, and that never. And there's a line there that says, "Never get off the boat." And it's very interesting because that ultimately is about the story. Never get off the boat. There's too much stuff going on the boat, regardless of all the chaos. And they did a great job of showing when they got off the boat how much chaos there was. Stay on the boat, stay on the river. And then that leads you to the end chaos, but there's at least some kind of closure here. So my feeling is that, a Heart of Darkness, I saw it, I was like, a lot of people would have given up. A lot of people. And he didn't. He stayed on the boat and got to the end. And for that, it's brilliant. And he also cooked it up in the edit.
Let's say you were going to write a warrior filmmaker's manifesto.
Mhm.
What would be some of the core tenets? I don't know, I think I have some written here, but just, sort of like don't use a tool that you don't know much about, or don't become overly attached to one particular method.
Yeah, okay. Well, me personally, and it's been a theme throughout the thing, is that don't control everything. Let people do their work. Don't try to be. You have to trust the process and trust that everything is going to turn out okay. And that trust is contagious throughout the set. And when you have that, your set is has harmony. Second, independent filmmakers, you have to cut out cancers and poisons quickly. You can't let them fester inside of production. If you have people that are being toxic, if you have people that are disruptive, you must get them out of there as soon as possible, because we don't have the time or money to have, we're in one war here. We can't have many wars within the war. Get rid of it as soon as possible, and get rid of it so everybody understands that this will not be tolerated. It's very important in indie film, because films can become a big mess. And, one of the things that's so interesting that I've seen is that a lot of films, and I don't know if I should mention that one film we talked about, but I just looked at that like, that's like on every set. It doesn't matter, $50,000 movie, they have $6-7 million, and they still have the same problems as the $60,000 movie. So it's not about the money. It's about the management of the project and the team. And when you have a lot of really bad elements or potentially bad elements in that thing in your film, you have to get them out quick. Don't let them fester. Get it out of there. If you're going to be a producer, you got to know that, and you have to be able to know where that's coming from.
Okay, so that would be the manifesto.
Yeah, I mean, I
Just
have
a
to
few.
think about a manifesto.
The Warriors Manifesto,
I have to think about, like, some of those things that would be. But probably, yeah. Just keep your set harmony is everything, and that's how you get what you want. You have to concentrate on set harmony. If you don't have set harmony, you're not going to get what you want, and you're probably going to go over budget, and you're probably going to not have the artistic outcomes that you're looking for. So keep your set calm and working well, and let people do the work that they're doing without being too heavy-handed, and trust the process.
Just to play the devil's advocate for a moment, so I think if you are working with the same crew, then you know this person's strong in this area, and vice over here, this person's great at this. But if it's a new set coming together, there would be some problems.
Yes.
So how can someone stop a train wreck from happening when sometimes so many moving parts and egos? I don't know if it's possible. People are going to have their own agendas.
It's not possible. And it's one of the reasons that you should strive as a filmmaker to find your crew. Get a crew. Find, even if they're coming from everywhere, but find that one sound guy, find the one art department people. Your film journey should be, a good portion of it, not just creation of a product, but building a team so that the creation of the product becomes more efficient. So you can't. You have to just do the trial and error. You're going to find people, and you just try to, get as good people as possible with good, and really do vetting if you can. But at the end of the day, you're going to run into that, and so you just have to live and learn to keep things moving, and get a really good line producer that's strong and then willing to get rid of toxic elements, poison elements quickly so that they don't fester, so you can keep moving forward. But at the end of the day, you want to that's the whole point, you know. You want to have your own crew. You want to be able to have a team of people, you know, that you have a shorthand with, and that you don't have to worry about. You don't have to explain everything to them from scratch. If something happens, they give you the benefit of the doubt instead of thinking that somehow you're coming from a bad place. So when you build that, that's what that 10 years is for, or whatever, is to build up a team of people that you can trust and depend on.